facility in the entire world. It's the largest, and I would say more importantly, it's the best, okay? It's both the Norfolk Naval Base, thank you very much, the largest, and it's the best.
The Trump administration believes a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is close at hand. President Trump says there's great momentum toward ending the Israeli-Hamas war in Gaza.
The Hamas plan, I tell you, it's amazing. You're going to have peace, if you think about it, peace in the Middle East for the first time in, they say, really, 3,000 years.
Egypt is hosting indirect negotiations between Israel and Hamas amid rising hopes for a possible ceasefire in Gaza, just ahead of Tuesday's two-year anniversary of the war. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is unhappy with President Trump's decision to deploy national troops to Chicago, but the president says the deployments are necessary to combat crime. Appearing on Fox and Friends Weekend, Homeland Security.
All right, here we go. Here he is, just getting ready.
Chicago protesters
just getting ready,
putting their hands on ICE officers and threatening their families.
There should be consequences for that, and for leaders that stand up and knowingly lie about the situation on the ground. This is a war zone. His city is a war zone, and he's lying so that criminals can go in there and destroy people's lives.
2 teenage girls are dead in what the NYPD believes are due to subway surfing in New York City yesterday. Local news reports say it happened around 3 a.m. yesterday at the Marcy Avenue subway station in Brooklyn. Police say first responders found the 2 teenagers unconscious.
Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, launching a new project, or just looking for that extra edge, your brain is your most valuable asset. And now there's a way to support it every day. Think Factor. From the makers of Relief Factor, Think Factor is built to help you stay sharp, nurture your memory, and boost your attention. It unlocks the mental clarity and precision you need to stay ahead of the game no matter the challenge. For me, it's been a game changer. I have never had such clarity, focus, and concentration before. I love telling you about Think Factor. If you're a go-getter who refuses to settle, Think Factor helps you perform at your best and keep your edge. Call 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to order Think Factor. That's 800-4-RELIEF, or go to relieffactor.com for Think Factor. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. I'll bet it'll be a game changer for you like it has been for me. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Think Factor.
President Trump is making plans for a significant aid package for U.S. soybean farmers. White House correspondent Greg Cluxton reports.
The move aims to help farmers survive China's boycott of American beans, which was sparked by the president's trade war. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says substantial support for farmers is expected to be announced. Beans. The aid comes amid the ongoing tariff war that has prompted China to stop buying U.S.
Hey, you are first.
Soybeans
you are first.
Argentina.
Scrambled eggs. Well, you got them right there, right there.
Has been hit with enforcement action by California's Department of Insurance.
Like and share. You're already doing the liking part.
Tesla routinely denied or delayed customer claims despite years of warnings from state regulators. The CDI says Tesla's insurance arm, along with its partner, State National Insurance Company, engaged in willful, unfair claim settlements. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. A nonprofit organization is aiding the homeless on the streets of Miami.
Dr. Inaki Bent and the team at Miami Street Medicine treat the homeless.
We do a focus, history, and physical exam, and then we address those needs.
They use tablet computers to track vitals.
What is the name
like
of
Manuel Rodriguez, and offer follow-up visits for chronic conditions.
Hey, we have to take us to the hospital.
This work prevents treatable conditions.
The red orb.
Emergencies. Doing this service here helps free up.
That's funny. Well, it does. It does sort of look like a bundle of wheat.
One challenge is the transient nature of homeless people, which makes it difficult to provide continual care. I'm Ed Donahue.
The U.S. Treasury has unveiled a draft for a $1 coin featuring President Trump for America's 250th birthday. The front of the coin has the side profile of Trump, and on the tail side, it has Trump's fist raised. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Lots of plumbing companies out there. Few are truly local.
I am desperately alarmed and afraid of the 44-ounce porterhouse.
Josh and his dedicated team, well, they were my go-to solution. They make a commitment to exceptional service. They arrived on time, clearly detailed all the costs and procedures and efficiently handled all my repairs without any surprises. These days, how often do we complain about a lack of customer service out there? With Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning, these folks are professional. They're courteous. They're skilled at what they do, and they've earned my trust, and they've earned my recommendation to you. From urgent repairs to the tankless water heater you've always wanted, they've got you covered. Visit franklinplumbing.sc.com or call 799-2222. That's 799-2222. Hey, you tell them Kev sent you from The Point. Pretty sure you'll want to thank me later.
Sniper scope, Smith & Wesson, stand opposed to every band. Gun control is a steady hand. So if you want it, you'll have to come and take it. Understand tyranny is in my sight. And if you want it, the test you will, I'll break it.
There we go. Look at that. Leave a light.
To stop the kings. Life without chains is what it brings. So keep them close and take a stand. Gun control is a steady hand. You'll have to come and take it. Understand tyranny is in your sight. And if you want it, protect your will, I'll break it. Now we'll never give it up without a fight. It's not insurance. It's my best friend. It doesn't make a sound till I defend.
All right, great people of Columbia, Gene Garris doing the Sunday program, and man alive, this is becoming greater than great upon great upon great. The government is shut down. Oh my gosh! What are we gonna do? We're gonna do the same thing we always do, but there's new wrinkles in what's going on with our friend, 44-ounce porterhouse. Yes, I said it, and our friend. The Profesor de las Ciencias, and you can participate in the chat. You can go to the Book of Faces, search for me, and do it. One day I'll have it set up in a way that we'll use Rumble primarily, and there'll be lots and lots of interaction. So you can find me on the Facebooky thing. That's my name. You can find me on Rumble, again, my name. You can find me on Instagram, and that's Cairo Radio Dad. You can find that. I'll throw these things all up on a functional website eventually, which I used to have, which I no longer have, which really chafes me. It absolutely chafes me that I have to redo all these things. But, it is what it is. Welcome to modernity. But yeah, so this shutdown is going to be the best shutdown. And we say hi to Brad, and we're going to say hi to Sonny, and hope everything's great in that neck of the woods. But yeah, I want a shutdown. It doesn't have to be the prolonged shutdown because our Democrat friends, some people say Democrat. I don't say that, but some people do. They talk like Trump. It's the greatest thing, and people say, I can't believe how you did. No, this shutdown is great, and the reason it's great is because when the government is shut down, it takes the ball, which is domestic policy, and it kicks it over to the side of the court where the chief executive lives. So the chief executive in these austerity conditions has the power, as Jeremy Clarkson would say, has the power, the actual power to do what he, or in a future presidency, she deems fit to minimize the hardship on the American people. So President Trump wants to constrain the Leviathan. And let's be honest, based on your experience with people like Comey and former Republican Bob Mueller, who is in a memory care facility now, and I think they targeted him for a reason. They said he's a long time Republican, very well respected. We know he's slipping up, so we'll be able to run roughshod all over him. I believe that was a plan. Maybe one day we will figure that out. But here's the but. The butt monkey. All this stuff is important and everything, but no, in this case, it seems like everybody's on an equal footing, but the chief executive is making a decision. Oh, we're not going to furlough people and lock them out of their office buildings, and then when they come back and everything gets restored, then pay them for their time not working. This president, this director of the Office of OMB, Office of Management and Budget, they said, we're not going to furlough. We're going to riff. We're going to have a reduction in force. We are going to shrink the national government. It's already down, just the threats. And as Trump world people would say, the promises have caused so many people to leave. It's like self-deporting, except when it's a federal bureaucrat, it's like self-trashing, where the garbage actually takes itself out. But gosh, we're going to jump to the phones. We're already started, but I'll give you the number. Most of you know the number. It's 803-799-8255. That's 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline, where you can be part of the problem, like me. You could be like an acolyte. You can really mix it up. But we're going to go right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you? Oh, it is, and it's a wonder, and I'll give you all our friends that are listening from not here. One of the reasons it's so good right now, this is the whole reason, these next 3 months are the whole reason I live in South Carolina. I was born here, but I have opportunities other places. But these 3 months are the whole thing, that and I have a house and stuff like that. These 3 months are why I stay in the great state of South Carolina. I could go other places. We've both had opportunities to go to other places, but we stayed largely because of this. But yeah, that's and somebody, I wonder who said, what's my MySpace address? I have no idea. I was there at one point, and how about this? I'm so old, I had a LiveJournal account. I had an ICQ account. I had a friend of mine at Clemson Tiger Strong World University that showed me that using the SIS Student Information System, that you could chat with people all across the world on a green vomit monitor. And I thought it was and he's like, come here, look at this. And this is without pictures. I mean, ASCII text, that was it. And it was amazing. It was like having a ham radio license, which I don't have. All right, hold on, David. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll give you the full time in just a moment. 803-799-8255 on the Groucho's Deli in studio, direct to my desk hotline.
taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt?
Yeah, it's called a colonoscopy.
Tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-517-9383. That's 800-517-9383. 800-517-9383.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sometimes timing is everything. I've been talking about Broker Solar for a good minute. I'm a fan. I've had some point listeners ask me about Broker Solar. They're on the fence because of what's going on in D.C. Now that the politics have settled, we know what's in that big, beautiful bill. We know the federal tax credit.
It's so big and beautiful.
It's going to end in December. So the clock is ticking. You want that 30% federal tax credit, believe me. So we need to get Ken out to your place before they cut it. Plus, you'll still get a 25% tax credit here in South Carolina. So yeah, timing is everything. 30% federal, 25% state credit. Are you kidding me? That's a big part of the cost already knocked out for solar power. It's time for you to take control of your own power bill. Like I said, timing's everything. Now is the time. Online, it's brokersolar.com, or just call Ken and his team. 807-7417. That's 807-7417. Brokersolar.com.
All right, and that's still one of my favorite little bumps. Our friend Pat McGowan, a great Irish American, and we're going to go right to our friend David, Profesor de los Ciencias.
Well, gee, speaking of all these old-timey things, I don't know if you saw this, but this week was actually the end of AOL dial-up. There might be
That is so funny. So I, even way back in high school times when dinosaurs ruled the earth, about 1985, I had a computer bulletin board. So I had email in 1985. And I've met so many weird and interesting and worthwhile good people. And this guy's not a mutual friend of yours and mine, but he is a longtime friend of mine. And me and another friend used to harass him a little bit. And the joke was he doesn't even need a monitor. He just plugs the cable directly into his brain. And then we would make the noises. like a duck on a June bug. He'll be all over that. The good old days. Right. And I actually think of that as a tool. And so I think when I was way back in state government land, I think we had 53,000 state employees. I know they probably have 75,000 in Columbia. And I thought in protest, and not that the governor could do this in this state, but in other states maybe they could do, and say, look, hey, you're ripping us off. So state of South Carolina is not going to withhold income tax. You're going to have to go employee to employee. We're not going to do it. And I thought that would be the best kind of protest, because it hurts nobody that's not in the national government.
Well, when I worked for a restaurant when I was in high school, there's like times, especially on a Saturday, you have your big rush from maybe 11-ish until maybe 1:30, but then instead of 1:30 to 4 o'clock, you pretty much knew it was really kind of dead. The occasional person coming in now and then. And of course, I'm on the clock, I'm getting paid by the hour. I'm paid while I'm there, whether I'm salary or an hour.
Right.
And my boss was like, the old, you got time to leave, you got time to leave, so find something to do, right?
Right.
And my mindset was always like, man, if I'm not cleaning or doing something, he's going to take me out. Maybe I'll see him on David. Maybe I can do without him.
Right. Well, maybe we should send them an email and say, list 5 of your bureaucratic accomplishments from last week. I think somebody already did something like that. And a lot of people didn't respond to the email. And a handful of people, and this is there's a bunch of secrets. And I'll explain the secrets to my friend David, and then friends of the program, and maybe even enemies of the program. All right, so USAID, I thought it was an American PR thing. I thought it said, hey, look, we're America. We got lots of resources. We got lots of stuff. We understand that you're having some problems. Here's 500 tons of American wheat with USAID on each bag. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was a thing. And I'm like, why are these people on the left so wigging out about it? And the reason is they knew what it was, that it was a consensus engine, that it was where their paycheck came from. Bill Kristol, one of the most rotten political people who pretends to be a Republican when he's really a communist. His dad was a Trotskyite. He's the head of, now the titular head of the neoconservative movement in America. But even he got a couple $1 million. Politico, the website, got $8 million from USAID. So they knew what it was. I did not. They would move heaven and earth to keep that open, right? So that's one of these things. And then every time you hear something on the news or on the radio news, especially Town Hall here on The Point, just go, wow, that seems weird that they're so concerned about this. And so we're going to go to the $1.5 trillion that they want to give or to steal from you and me and transfer to for healthcare for illegal aliens. Again, they're cutting. We need to boost it by $1.5 trillion just to get it where we need. People, Americans are going to be sick and all this stuff. We don't have enough money to this. No, that's not the reason. The truth, and this is something that they know, the truth is, if you let up regulation and make things closer to fair, the American worker whips the crap out of every other, like, oh, well, the Germans, they make very technical stuff. They've never sent somebody to the moon. Oh, well, that's the deal. How about, and this is the truth. And the first Trump administration proved this, that when you unleash the American worker, we whip everybody else, right? And the bottom 5 rungs of the American economic ladder, people were moving up. And let's be honest here. People say money can't buy happiness, but money can buy a jet ski, and you've never seen a sad person on a jet ski, right? So that's there. But what they're doing is they're buying votes. They're using your money and my money to buy the votes of some folks that are illiterate in 2 languages. And that is the thing. The thing is, the regular American is moving up and realigning their race-based politics. Guess what? Doesn't work anymore. Why? Because some traditionally disenfranchised minority people got hooked up to the Trump train, and they started climbing the ladder. And they're like, whoa, I can buy stuff. This is awesome. We can send our kids to a private school. This is amazing. I'm living right now 5 times better than my parents. Just go through the list of all these things. So what they must have is they must import the bottom of the bottom. They must import refugees. Okay, people that are true refugees, we need to help them out, maybe, or help settle them in their first country of arrival. That's not a bad place. But the Democrat strategy is like Lyndon Johnson's strategy, and the reason Medicare exists at all. And there's quotes out there that you can find, and they haven't changed the playbook. They need the greatly impoverished, the greatly low-skilled person, because regular people that can think would never cast a ballot for them nationally again.
Well, speaking of illegals, I meant to bring this up last week. I think it was, or maybe it was when you did the show Tuesday. But speaking of illegals, did you hear about the superintendent in South Dakota?
Yeah.
Even under Biden had a deportation order. Yet had driver's license, voter registration card, everything. $300,000 job as superintendent.
He got popped with a handgun that he's illegally unallowed to own. No, never. It's never happened. You're just making it up, David. That's the deal. You're just a liar. You're just making it up.
Did you see what happened in Maine? I mean, I'm not sure who would win on that race or whatever races were on the ballot, but she could determine who would win because she got a box full of ballots.
Yeah. I did not see that story. I was just in Maine last week. Love it. But the previous time, this has been 42 years since I have been back to Maine. And I'll tell you what, if somebody gave me a ticket, I go tomorrow. I would. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I think some guy sued Fulton County voter registration folks in the great city of Atlanta, and they won. They fought and fought and fought, and it was phenomenally expensive. But they got a Ryder truck full of all the ballots and the envelopes, and they're going to go through it. And by this time next year, I'm pretty sure by this time next year, the American people go, yeah, so I guess he did win in 2020.
So I guess when we see illegals come here, we won't just say they're here to kick rocks, they're here to govern our schools.
Right. Maybe we should have law enforcement go to every school in the country and go, are you an illegal alien?
I know that's like a crazy question, but are you here legally? Like,
yeah. Yeah. Let him go to, where does he need to go? I think El Salvador is off the menu. Let him go to Rwanda. It's better now since the movie came out. All right, hold on, David. We'll be right back. Right there.
WQXL Columbia, W264.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
With SRN News, I'm Mary Rose. President
Mary.
Trump says negotiations
Mary,
are underway
Mary.
on his Gaza peace proposal. Mr. Trump said he's hearing the talks are going very well and will probably last several days. The president spoke briefly before heading to Norfolk, Virginia for today's celebration of the Navy's 250th birthday. South Carolina State University's campus remained on lockdown this afternoon, and tomorrow's classes were canceled after two separate shootings during the university's homecoming celebrations. Police said one person was killed and two were injured in a pair of unrelated shootings. The first happened on campus near a student dorm and triggered a lockdown. The shootings happened just hours after the university's homecoming game, prompting cancellations of last night's homecoming concert. This is SRN News.
Energy powers every moment, from the sizzle of breakfast to a warm bath at night. That's why Dominion Energy offers tools and tips that help make saving energy easier. Spend less time thinking about your power and more time enjoying what it powers. It's your energy, and it should work for you. Get started at dominionenergy.com/savings.
Hey, honey, I just picked up your dad's meds at True Pharmacy.
Great. I hate that he can't read the small print on the bottles anymore.
No worries. John put on new Script Talk labels.
What's that?
It's a special label on your dad's prescription bottles that comes with a little listening device. And when he puts the bottle on it, the device reads the whole prescription label out loud.
Wow. How much does that cost?
That's the best part. Script Talk is free. True Pharmacy, the pharmacy that truly cares. Come see us at our new location at 623 Beltline Boulevard or Triangle Pharmacy in West Columbia.
Hey, it's Jay with the Cigar Militia. When I stop at a cigar store, I always look for my go-to cigars and stock up a few of those, but I also look for something I've never tried before. Well, at the Cigar Militia, we specialize in a lot of small boutique cigar manufacturers. Come in and try a Don Kiki by Karen Berger or a Makaji by Ty Williams. We are the Cigar Militia at 1410 Colonial Life Boulevard. Help us out, stock up, and review some of our boutique brands.
All right. That's right. You got to try to hold him. All right. And we're back with our friend David. Thank you for holding on. A win was so much appreciated this weekend. Yeah, that's right. And I love going to football games at UNC. I love it because they say it's 85 degrees under a Carolina blue sky. And after like the second time they do it, the whole crowd does it, and even people like me who are representatives of the other team. But yeah, it's a wonderful place, and you know, unfortunately, it's a hotbed of leftism. But we know what are leftists good at? They're really good at scoping out the most pretty, nicest places in America and moving there. That's why San Francisco is so out of control. That's why Los Angeles is so out of control. You just go through all these places that they've gobbled up all the opportunities, and they're really good. I mean, they are really good at picking out the best. Atlanta, the great city of Atlanta. You know, it's a chocolate city, but it's also a hyper left city, and it is a great place to live. But again, they've mapped out all the good places and have ruined them as much as they can.
Well, I don't know if you saw any of the debate or discussions this week with a bill here in South Carolina on abortion, newest abortion bill,
Uh-huh.
He's with something called Moment of Hope, and they're the ones who go down and try to counsel people into.
Oh yeah.
Abortion. And so he's speaking and everything. Of course, he had a loud outburst person come by, burst in the mouth.
Uh-huh.
She's being escorted out and everything.
She like assaulted an officer too, isn't that part of it? Yeah, I think she. It wasn't just resisting arrest. I think it was assault of a peace officer. You know, and I wouldn't want to mess with the professional services, executive protection. I wouldn't want to mess with any of these people, House or Senate. You know, sergeant at arms. They're a buddy of mine's former Senate sergeant at arms guy. They're sort of tough folks. Well, look, the guy that tried to whack Kavanaugh over the Dobbs decision only got 8 years. The Tiger King guy goes like, "Whoa, I didn't even kill anybody. I'm here for 20 years." You know, that's a. Uh-huh. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what we got to do, David? You know what we got to do? And they're setting this up. We just got to outbreed them. You know, if you're in some major American cities, half the kids, you go into different demographic groups, half the kids end up in a bucket. Right, that was the Clinton word speak to seem like a real American. Right. Oh, but I think the largest planned murderhood facility in the great state of Texas, which I think was the biggest in the country, and I think that one of the planned murderhood, the most recent chairs, I'm trying to think of her name, but her mom was Ma Richards of Texas, governor of Texas, the one that W beat. What's her name? Her last name is Richards, but it's like Claire Richards or something like that. She's a very attractive, demonic woman. But yeah, that facility had to close because the federal money dried up because this chief executive don't play. Yeah, because that's not the truth. They lie. This fungible money, that's who pays their rent. That's who does this other stuff. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, I think the other thing is why, and it's not fair for you to comment on, but why doesn't that which was DHEC? Why don't they have numbers? Why isn't there a certificate of sacrifice issued for every person. How are they getting out of the restrictions on how to handle a deceased body? How in the world is that? Why doesn't there have to be a coroner pronouncing everybody dead? Because it's a crime. If I right now were to drop dead right here, and Kevin goes, "Oh, we can't have this rotten thing in here. We got to move him." You move me, it's a crime. That's one of the reasons why so many people die on the way to the hospital. No. They were pronounced dead at the hospital, but they might have died early in the trip, but they don't want to stop. So it's complicated. Yeah. 12 to 14%. Yeah. Right. Well, how about this? The reason there's so many black people in the military was the rules of how you function as a soldier didn't allow for all this racism crap. So it was when you couldn't get a job at the mill because they didn't like black people or brown people or Hispanic people or Asian people, if you got into the military, you can shine. And your hard work and dedication gets rewarded, and you start advancing up the ladder. And that is a truth that it's so important that by default it's a meritocracy. So that's a Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I hate to confess this, David. I cannot do 100 push-ups. I don't think I could do 100 push-ups between now and this time next year. But when we ramp up, and this let's be honest, and this is the honest thing. The function of the U.S. military, there are two functions: kill people and break stuff. That's all they do. That is let's not, just like there's a guy that came out and said all sports there's only two sports: hunting and war. Football is war, and then something like basketball where you're chasing a target and working together, that's hunting. Well, if you start looking at it, it applies to everything. MMA, that's war. Lacrosse, that's hunting. You just go through the list of stuff. You're like, wow, it can all. Oh my goodness, we have a listener from the beautiful Helen, Georgia, that showed up in the chat. So that's awesome too. But yeah, there's okay. Yeah, that's right. and we'll be right back. Oh.
If you've never had genuine Wagyu or Hereford steaks and burgers, you don't know what you're missing. Time to order the best of the best from HandJCattle.com. These are local farmers in Saluda where tradition meets quality. The best quality beef and a discount for Point listeners. Enter keyword The Point as one word and get 10% off, plus free delivery in Lexington and Richland County orders of $50 or more. It's cooking season over at HandJCattle.com.
Are you in the market for an auto loan? Move now. Get an auto loan from Founders Federal Credit Union now through October 31st, and you'll be entered to win up to $25,000 toward your qualifying auto loan and a $5,000 deposit into your Loyalty Select account. Loyalty Select is our highest yield savings account. Leave it there to grow or transfer it out to spend. And the best part? We'll be choosing monthly winners. So the earlier you get your auto loan, the more chances you have to win. So don't wait. Visit foundersfcu.com/auto to learn more or begin your auto loan application today. Not a Founders member yet? Visit us online or stop by an office to learn more about Founders and see if you qualify for membership. We have the financial tools you'll need and the personalized service you deserve. Relax. You're with Founders. Terms and conditions apply. Membership qualification required.
Hey, it's Jay with the Cigar Militia, your premium cigar retailer in South Carolina. We're constantly restocking our favorite brands and always getting new things in for you to try. If you're new in town, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest hangout in town. Come on in and check us out. You're still at 1410 Colonial Life Boulevard in the same plaza as the Melting Pot. And if you're new at cigar smoking, one of our friendly staff members can walk you through the humidor and find something you'll like. So stop by Colonial Village in Columbia.
All right, coming back from the break, and we're going to say, hey, caller, how are you? Hey, what's going on there, Tim, the leader of democracy? The one person I thought in the last national election that maybe we could pull across the line, but we weren't able to do it. Well, good. You need to tell me the truth because I only know conjecture and my time-traveling dreams I have when I eat an Italian submarine sandwich before I go to bed. Well, I have a question for you, Tim. Do you think that in the lethality realignment of the U.S. Armed Forces that black men and women in service will excel, or do you think that will be an obstacle to them? Right, so those people already there would be great candidates to be even sharper, more lethal, more powerful, more everything. And I have a thing for you. So I know that you've been in the military. I know that you're out of the military. All my military friends and patients, they're all disabled in some way, percentage or completely disabled. Right. So here's a question: what if wherever you are in your health journey, whether you're like 5 years out for retirement or whatever, what if you have to struggle and you say, whoa, they're going to cut me. I need to do this and this and this. I need to really get on the ball. And you do it. By the time you retire, are you going to be more likely to need VA services or less likely to need VA services? Are you going to be more likely to be able to get on the ground and wrestle with your grandchildren, or are you going to be less likely? So could this be a big lifestyle change for the American military? Right. Because you're already doing it. Because your life and your battle buddy's life depends on it. Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, we haven't had a war since, 1941. Everything else has been a fraud. By our rules. By our own rules. We won't even play with our own rules. No, you can go over to the sandbox and spend $7 trillion and have it make no appreciable benefit to the people of the United States. You're tired of winning? I'm looking for new things to win on. I'm so happy winning. You mean $1.25? Oh, okay. Oh, is that a Cadbury Caramella? Oh, those are so. I'll give you a pro tip with those: freeze them, and then eat them. And for Reese's peanut butter cups, same deal. Freeze them, and it's a completely different experience. Oh my goodness! Oh, go to the Mal Mart. Now's the time to do it because people are getting ready for the Satan's holiday or whatever. A bag of candy, if it has chocolate in it, it's like $24. When did chocolate get so crazy? And I've had some chocolate that is, like newly manufactured chocolate, and it even, not American chocolate has that butyric acid, hyaluronic acid sort of vomity taste finish, and that's really the difference between European chocolate and American chocolate. That somebody says, oh, we're going to keep on doing this, but the European chocolate has none of that stuff. Yeah, because they have rules, they have laws that say, the German beer law is like from the 1400s or something. It says beer is made of this, and Americans are like, we got a lot of rice. Let's put some of that rice in the beer. Beer doesn't need rice in it. Stuff like that. But that's and fancy stuff like the infected beers that the Belgian monks made, where that's actually got a hint of bacterial action in it. So it had some raspberry framboise Belgian beer, forever ago. I used to homebrew too. That's something I probably need to do again. But it's different, and it's crazy expensive now, and that almost too much. Almost, it's almost at the point where I say, hey, that's just not worth it. Uh-huh. Still there. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Was it like a little head, like a shrunken head, but it was all gold or something? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! This is like finding out that the king is going to give you your weight in gold, so you start bulking up before the weigh-in. That is what maybe that's what we should call him. Starting to be President Goldfinger. Yeah. Well. Oh, how about this? So did you notice that Richie Rich and Casper the Friendly Ghost are the same person? Yeah, they're the same person. So there's a story there that maybe Stephen King had written. Yeah. That's okay. Guess what? I disagree with most people, or they disagree with me, depending on and it doesn't matter because I've been doing this disagreement thing for the more than 3/4 of my life. I'm really sorry to say this, but I don't. It's not a thing. You know. Well, if he's a psychopath, he's making psychopathy cool again. No, but she's our light governor, and she's a delightful person. Do you know something that scares me about our light governor? It's that she at a distance she looks like former Governor Nikki Haley without my glasses on. Well, look at Governor McMaster. You know, the reason McMaster is our great governor, and has been a great governor, and Mrs. Yvette has been a great light governor too. Is that they were on Team Trump early. No, I mean, gosh, guess what all rock star real estate agents are? They're sort of psycho. Guess what? Now this is a true thing. Almost every surgeon is a psychopath. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody gave him the book. Or he read the book. Or he hired the... All right, hold on, Tim. We're going to take a break, a top of the hour break, but we will be right back in scary full force, and we'll start doing push-ups. So go ahead and do two.
Solar and how much I like Ken and his team. They asked, hey, can I really trust this guy, Kev? Let me tell you two things. Number one, Ken and Broker Solar are legit. I've known Ken's family for 20 plus years. Seriously, these are local, ethical people. They're not going anywhere, and they do things the right way. Number two, Broker Solar is so different than these stereotypes we've heard about in the solar industry. There's no signs on the yard making stupid promises they can't keep. There's no door knockers trying to pressure you at your own door. Ken and Broker Solar will tell you the truth, what it'll cost and how your solar power investment will pay off. See, we can't pick our power companies. Broker Solar gives you a chance to take some control over your power bill, and I like that, and so should you. Online, it's brokersolar.com, and seriously, reach out to Ken and these folks. It could really make a difference in your quality of life. Brokersolar.com, empowering you so you're not powerless.
The Point. WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
Breaking breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Mary Rose. President Trump is marking the Navy's 250th anniversary by joining a celebration at Naval Station Norfolk in Virginia.
And it's a true honor to be here with the thousands of our nation's finest sailors at the largest naval facility in the entire world. It's the largest, and I would say more importantly, it's the best, okay? It's both the Norfolk Naval Base, thank you very much, the largest and it's the best.
The Trump administration is challenging a court ruling that blocked its plan to send federal troops to Portland, Oregon.
A federal judge in Oregon has temporarily blocked President Trump's administration from deploying the National Guard in Portland. U.S. District Judge Karen Nibergut issued the order Saturday in a lawsuit brought by the state and city. The Defense Department had said it was placing 200 members of Oregon's National Guard under federal control for 60 days to protect federal property and locations where protests are occurring or likely to occur. The U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement building in Portland has recently been the site of nightly protests. Ron Taylor reporting.
On day 5 of the partial government shutdown, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum says the shutdown makes little economic sense.
There's one estimate that basically we're costing the U.S. economy about $1 billion a day, $7 billion a week. You add that up, I mean, it's, for a while, and then all of a sudden you start knocking, tenths of percents off of our GDP. So it's self-inflicted economic harm.
Democrats are demanding an extension in health care subsidies in exchange for their votes on a temporary spending bill. Republicans say they will not negotiate on the clean bill, which keeps government spending roughly at current levels. Ukrainian officials say at least 5 people were killed overnight as Russia unleashed drones, missiles, and guided bombs in a major attack. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Whether you're preparing for exams, juggling family, career, just looking to stay sharp as you age, Think Factor is here. Think Factor, created by the same company that makes Relief Factor, Think Factor supports sharper focus, stronger recall, clearer thinking. It's a natural way to give your brain the daily nutrients it needs for memory, attention, even vibrant vision. I've been looking for a product like Think Factor, and it's been a game changer in my life. If you want to stay focused during demanding tasks like I do, if you want to keep your memory strong like I do, if you want to maintain mental energy for whatever's ahead, Think Factor is for you. Think Factor, for the makers of Relief Factor. Call 800-4RELIEF. That's 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com.
800-4RELIEF.
That's 800-4RELIEF. Or go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com to order Think Factor. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily.
British authorities have declared last Thursday's Yom Kippur attack against a synagogue in Manchester as an act of terrorism. Public policy expert Matthew Continetti says the attack is a sad commentary on Great Britain and a warning to the U.S.
The global wave of anti-Semitism that's spurred by the October 7th attacks has not abated, and in fact has been rewarded, with the United Kingdom and France, among others, declaring recognition of a Palestinian state, despite the lack of any
put a bookcase
or,
in there so
any,
you can say, sorry, I got to go run out to my
Continetti
library.
made his comments to the Salem Radio Network. Hot air balloons filled the sky today over Albuquerque, New Mexico. Over 500 balloons were cleared to lift off for the 53rd Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. More on these stories at townhall.com. It's that time of the year, checking out those prize pumpkins.
In Wappingers Falls, New York, Tony Scott's pumpkin is a whopper. It's measuring about 1,900 pounds. Plant scientist Alika Borsuk says they don't have as much competition in the pumpkin patch.
They take off all the other growing pumpkins, so each plant only has one pumpkin that it's funneling all of its sugar water and resources into.
Scott's pumpkin took 3rd place this year, but growing them isn't easy. Anything can happen with this thing. It could crack, it could blow out the rear of it. The keys to pumpkin success: water, nutrients, and care. I'm Ed Donahue.
A 2-mile stretch of a fitness trail in Clearwater, Florida will be named after wrestling legend Hulk Hogan. Conservative DeSantis governor said he was moved by Hogan's death. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The leaves are turning,
The days are shortening, and the air is cooling. The call of the hunt, getting your gear together, and the walk to the stand are just the beginning of your next great hunting story. Palmetto State Armory is here to help get you prepared for this year's adventures. Top brands, trusted gear, unbeatable prices, and knowledgeable staff. Palmetto State Armory has everything you need to write your next story today.
Experience South Carolina's printing powerhouse. Professional Printers is your trusted partner, bringing over 30 years of expertise in print and graphics. From digital printing to web and sheet-fed solutions, we handle it all with a team of over 100 dedicated professionals. Locally owned and operated, we have 2 locations in the Midlands and serve our customers with pride, ensuring top-notch service and quality in every project. We do it all, including storage and promotional products. Visit proprinters.com and elevate your printing experience with us.
You're listening to Gene Garris on the radio.
All right, let's hope that that's not the case, and let's also hope that that you don't have snakes going around your head and you turn to stone when somebody looks at you. And we go right back to our friend Tim. Thanks for holding on there, Tim. Oh, I sort of would have expected that. Now, I'm going to tell you a dirty thing, and this is a horrible thing that I do. But I am a member in relatively good standing of the dumbest people on the internet, which is Facebook's feminist news. And then I also follow Occupy Democrats, and I also follow Common Dreams. And I'm trying to think of another one. There's at least 2 more that I just can't recall. So a lot of these arguments that get shared and bandied about and talked about, I read them when they read them, or I think sometimes I read them when other people read them. And there's always some sort of fatal flaw. Like, oh well, you wouldn't do this if hey, look, you shot our guy. You shot our guy, and you murdered another one of our guys. So you, not you, of course, Tim, but the hyper-violent left has opened the door. There is, of all the myriads of bad government policy, because they're killing one side, everything is on the table. They arrested his lawyers. Mar-a-Lago was a murder raid. He was supposed to be there. And the Attorney General of the United States of America authorized lethal force against the former president, the former first lady, and their teenage son. So there's nothing. That's about as bad as you can get. So say it one more time. Yeah, and again, you know what aboutism is called? It's called equal justice under the law. And that's why the difference is important. Just like this joker that tried to kill Kavanaugh got 8 years in jail, had a plot, detailed the plot. This is horrible. It's so bad that even the Tiger King guy goes, why is Carol Baskin's life worth so much more than a U.S. Supreme Court justice in the application of the law? And that's a reasonable question. Oh. Well, here's another loss, and you know these numbers. So now it appears that a battalion of undercover FBI agents or confidential enforcements, that's the truth, confidential informants were in the January 6th at the Capitol. So we went from none. There's not a one. Chris Ray, no, none. There's not a one. Not a one. Wait. We went from 1 to 6 to 270 plus. Are we going to find out that there's 1,000 of them there? I mean, it's a battalion. A battalion worth? They lied to us. So they've lied to us. So for 5 years. Now, Tim, where's this coming from? Did you read that? Did you? No. I mean, because I want to figure out this too. No, where's the Confederate thing coming from? Because I have. Yeah, a bad reason. It wasn't to move forward. Do you know what what monument they tore down at Arlington National Cemetery? The Biden administration did. Do you know what the monument they tore down at Arlington National Cemetery? The Reconciliation Monument of the country coming back together. That's what they tore down. No, that's it. That's it. When you get off the phone here, just jump on your Google box and of all the ones, I mean, there's lots of bad folks out there. Well, I have a question for you, and this is a weird question. But is rebellion against the government constitutional? You sure? You sure? Does the Constitution not talk about remaking the country? Okay. Oh, and with the fiat money is a big killer. You are so reliable in that criticism. I've got a buddy of mine who's a chiropractor in New York City, and he is a rock star human being. And he says the same stuff, except he's lived in the city or in upstate New York all of his life, except when he was in school. And so he, like you, when you say stuff like that, it has a bunch of credibility. And for me, when my buddy says stuff like that, I go, okay, he knows stuff. And I talk to him about stuff. And he can lay out chapter and verse. I can't accept it, but he can deliver. All right, hold on, Tim. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Telephone number here is 803-799-8255, 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline.
People hear me talking about Broker Solar and how much I like Ken and his team. They ask, hey,
they're rock stars. Of course you love them.
Let me tell you two things. Number one, Ken and Broker Solar are legit. I've known Ken's family for 20 plus years. Seriously, these are local, ethical people. They're not going anywhere, and they do things the right way. Number two, Broker Solar is so different than these stereotypes we've heard about in the solar industry. There's no signs on the yard making stupid promises they can't keep. There's no door knockers trying to pressure you at your own door. Ken and Broker Solar will tell you the truth, what it'll cost, and how your solar power investment will pay off. See, we can't pick our power companies. Broker Solar gives you a chance to take some control over your power bill, and I like that, and so should you. Online, it's brokersolar.com, and seriously, reach out to Ken and these folks. It could really make a difference in your quality of life. Brokersolar.com, empowering you so you're not powerless.
You can count on hot summers in the Midlands.
You can count on those South Carolina roads biting.
And when you end up with a broken windshield, you can certainly count on Absolute Glass.
With one phone call, we can repair, replace, and recalibrate your car's windshield.
We'll handle the insurance calls, and for most folks, it won't cost you a dime to let us fix your windshield.
Absolute Glass has been voted Lexington's best for 15 years straight.
So call
hey, how was it? Or how is it?
951-7200.
Or find us online at absoluteglass.com.
So
and remember, if you can see through it, we can do it.
What's better than getting the best Wagyu and Hereford beef anywhere in these parts and getting it delivered to your door? How about knowing you're still supporting local farmers in Saluda over at H&J Cattle, where tradition meets quality? Visit HandJCattle.com. Place your order for $50 or more, get free delivery in Richland or Lexington County. Plus, Point listeners get 10% off your order. Enter keyword The Point.
All right. Well, I'm coming back. Just wanted to make sure everything was okay. All right. This is me coming back. Love you too. Bye. All right. Caught between a rock and a hard place. That's what we call Jordan. No, that's a funny thing. Telephone number here, again, 803-799-8255, 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. And we rejoin our friend Tim. Thanks for holding on, Tim. Well, that's because we went to government schools, of course. I got you. Let's go. How many people died in the Summer of Love? 60 people that burned to death. How many billions of dollars of personal assets were destroyed by fire and other stuff? No, I'm serious. So what? I don't think so. Do you know of another one? I remember the Michael Brown thing, that hands up, don't shoot, and then the cop's handgun had Mr. Brown's fingerprints on it, so he actually grabbed the firearm. And then I think with George Floyd, I've seen the video from inside the hospital. He was breathing. Go ahead. Oh, it was a regular patrol car, I thought. I think you're thinking of. No, I think that Michael Brown, that one was a patrol car, and I think that the one in Minneapolis, George Floyd, that one was gosh, yeah, I think, but he retreated to an SUV. That's what it was, and then they pulled him out, and that's when all heck broke loose. Really? So he did not steal a box of cigarillos that it's made up? So that didn't come from the vendor alleging that there was a crime. I mean, it's been so long ago. I haven't my memory on it. Do you remember Star Wars: A New Hope? The first Star Wars movie. The first Star Wars movie. You didn't see the first Star Wars movie where Luke Skywalker blows up the Death Star? Yeah. It's really number 4, I think, but it was the first one that was brought to the market. No, the prequels came later, but the name of the script was A New Hope. Well, here's the deal. So during one of the things, Princess Leia is putting the stuff into R2D2. They had the detailed plans of the space station, right? And then the stormtroopers, who miss every shot they take, go halt or something like that, and they shoot her with a zapper, and it just knocks her on the ground. Why don't we have a zapper now? No, I'm serious. Why don't we have a zapper? Why don't we have something that we can point at somebody, let's say 6 yards away, press a button, and it interrupts their nervous system, and they collapse on the ground. And then you're like, hey, stop. And then they're on the ground. Why do we have to kill? I'm serious. Why do they've got tasers. Well, guess what? Tasers kill people too. Why don't we have a zapper? No, you wouldn't even need a battery. Just have a big capacitor on a cartridge. Maybe you only get one shot with it, but you don't have to kill the people. Right, but then you can draw your sidearm if the threat persists. But I've always wondered why we didn't have a zapper. I mean, there are people that have crazy reactions to pepper spray. So they said, oh, well, we used our less than lethal methods. We shot a beanbag at them, a 4-ounce beanbag at 800 feet per second or whatever. 850 feet per second is a 45 caliber thing comes out of a 1911. So all the things that we have aren't good enough. There is one thing that we have that's a shotgun round or a grenade launcher round that deploys a net. And just like in the Star Trek, they get all caught up in the net. And you're like, okay, we should use that more often. But seriously, we've sent people to the moon. We've done that, right? We sent people to the moon. We got the Elon Musk that can, land a booster rocket on a drone ship bouncing around in the ocean, and then 2 of the boosters land back where they took off from. We can do that. Why don't we have a zapper? I would like a zapper. Well, I mean, we've got pepper balls, and even now so I go to SHOT Show every year, and so when I get bored with different stuff, I'll jump over to the law enforcement side and have lots of curiosity, and I'll ask lots of questions. And so these denial of entry things, they've even got pepper ball machines that's sort of funny, like a pinball machine. They've got a pepper ball machine that you just mounted on a post, and you initiate it, and it looks, and when it sees somebody that's not supposed to be there, it starts shooting at them. Pepper balls or kinetic balls. The kinetic ones are just hard plastic. But we've got to be able to solve. Tech should have already solved this problem. Yeah, LRAD. Yeah, they used that on January 6th. They did that. They used that on January 6th, and they use them on commercial transport boats in the area off of Somalia. They just point it at them and energize it, and it makes them feel like they're on fire. Uh-huh. Well, that's a crazy thing. Yeah, but the crazy thing about the fishermen is they get to see the thousands of bricks of cocaine or fentanyl or whatever they're shipping. And just imagine that you're the biggest boy on the block, and there's some other friends of yours, and not friends too, that are leading a nation state, and you go, "Hey, Mr. Maduro, there's a lot of poison coming from your country into my country, and it would help me if you would stop it." And he goes, "Hey, I don't think so. I don't think that's true, Mr. President of the United States. I don't. We haven't heard that, and we're not going to interdict anybody. Definitely not any Venezuelan on the hunch of the American president." And then the American president goes, "All right, well, I'll stop it if you won't." No. That's a mafia state. You ready for me to give you the mafia state, the slogan? I'll give it to you. Gambling and drinking is immoral on Sunday, but if you pay me, I'll let you do it. That's a mafia. That's a mafia move, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think. Well, I mean that was the thing that really annoyed me about using these drone strikes. I mean, gosh, we even killed an American in Yemen extrajudiciously, and that's another thing. That's sort of an interesting thing. So on one presidential thing, we say it's okay to end the life of an American without due process. Hey, there we go. We use this without due process without any, not even getting it signed off by a judge, that we're cool with that, but we're not cool with killing narco terrorists. Yeah, that's a horrible thing. That's a horrible thing. And guess what the drug war teaches us? The big lesson of the drug war: the market always wins. If you have people that are willing to, a lot of our reflexive response to drugs being imported to the United States is to raise the price of drugs, which increases the incentive to move the stuff inward. So it's the market works. The market is squishy, like your dining room table filled 4 inches with a blob of Jello. You might say, "Well, I'm going to push it over here," and it's going to sneak out between your fingers. Hey, look, I remember when Venezuela was the richest country in South America. And I bet you remember this too, where every Miss Universe for 20 years was a Venezuelan girl. And they things got so bad in Venezuela that this oil powerhouse had to import oil because they couldn't refine it. Let me let you go, Tim. I got somebody I got to get to, and we will talk to you later. Hey, caller, how are you? Oh, yeah. All right. Hold on, Gino. Give me just a couple moments. We've got a series of commercials, and I just saw where, wow, this is like a high school reunion on the internet.
WQXL Columbia W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107, the point.
With SRN News, I'm Mary Rose. President Trump says there's nothing like the fighting force of the U.S. Navy. The president spoke today in Norfolk, Virginia at a kickoff celebration of the Navy's 250th birthday. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth also gave remarks at the event, saying that the Navy embodies the resilience of the nation. In a post, President Trump said Democrats tried their best through the shutdown to destroy this celebration of the Navy's birthday, but the show must go on. South Carolina State University's campus remains on lockdown this afternoon, and tomorrow's classes were canceled after two separate shootings during the university's homecoming celebrations. Police said one person was killed and two others were injured in a pair of unrelated shootings. The first happened on campus near a student dorm and triggered a lockdown. The shootings happened just hours after the Saturday night's homecoming court. This is
Hey all, this is Ted from Flight Deck Restaurant. We'd like to invite you and your family to dine with us. We have a great menu that's sure to please your whole family. We have fresh cooked burgers, big juicy wings, blue plate menu featuring country cooking, oven baked hoagies, fresh crisp salads, authentic Greek food like gyros, souvlaki, and baklava. We also carry 20 different premium cheesecakes and pies. Flight Deck Restaurant also has an arcade with 30 different games like Star Wars, Batman, Skee Ball, Bass Wheel, Pac-Man, Galaga, and so much more. Flight Deck, your favorite family restaurant. Thanks, y'all, and God bless.
Experience South Carolina's printing powerhouse. Professional Printers is your trusted partner, bringing over 30 years of expertise in print and graphics. From digital printing to web and sheet-fed solutions, we handle it all with a team of over 100 dedicated professionals. Locally owned and operated, we have 2 locations in the Midlands and serve our customers with pride, ensuring top-notch service and quality in every project. We do it all, including storage and promotional products. Visit proprinters.com and elevate your printing experience with us.
All right, so we're done with Pat McGowan, and we're bringing up our friend Gino. There he is. Thanks for holding on, Gino. Oh, that's strange. That is strange. So I have a picture of somewhere on one of my computers, and it was President George W. Bush, and it was like a women's volleyball semifinals or something. And this is the only time I've seen President Bush looking sort of leery, that he's like staring at this woman. No. He's got his own set of problems. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. The color telling you. Yes. Uh-huh. No, or the Yakuza, I don't. And I don't know any of the German, but I do know some of the Irish folks. In fact, I went to the Irish Rover, and depending on your point of view, it's either in Long Island City or what used to be a Greek town Astoria, Queens. It's in the residential part. It's in. Uh-huh. Oh, the Russians are coming? Uh-huh. Yeah, it has sort of a vomity smell. That's that hyaluronic acid that's in there. Uh-huh. Right. Right. It's all part of the empire. It's all part of colonialization. It's all part of exploitation. Really? Well, that's too bad, Gino. I think you could have classed up the event a little bit. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I I don't know. I really think it probably has a lot to do with the civil rights movement and the pictures of right, but under high pressure. You know, you can use a water jet can cook can cut a cake precisely, or it can blast through steel. So same principle, just more power. Yeah. So some of the professional mass-produced cakes, they use a water jet to cut the pieces. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that how do you go through? All right, so I have never been fingerprinted, but I have taught at a college. But because it was adults or people that are considered adults, they didn't think there was any sort of risk, so you could teach there without being fingerprinted. How can you be the head of a district? In a district, I mean, way back when, a million years ago when dinosaurs walked the earth, Richland 2 school district was run by a guy named E.L. Wright and a secretary. That's all that was in the district office. But yeah. Uh-huh. I think it was Pennsylvania. I think. Well, how can you do that? With I mean, we have legitimate concerns with bad behavior with anybody that has power over children. And all the people I know that teach in middle and elementary schools, they have to be fingerprinted. They have to really be examined because you don't want a bad actor who left one school district to contaminate your people. You would hope so. Gosh. Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the crazy things about this USAID restriction is that once we figured out what was going on, it was intolerable. Oh, you mean Randy Weingarten? Is she Randi? I think it's Randi. Right. And I think there might be some confusion there, but there was I saw a thing, and this was maybe in the late '80s, and it had that, and I can't remember if it was Randy Weingarten or not, but it was the head of a national teachers union, and it was a woman. I remember it was a woman, but I can't remember who it was, and so she said, we don't care about the kids because none of the kids are our members. We care about our members, and we work for our members. Yeah. Well, that's the truth. They work for the members. Oh yeah, she's a Homeland Security girl, Kristi Noem. Say that again. Right. It's crazy. I watched a video just maybe 2 hours ago where a guy got escorted off an airplane because he had a MAGA hat on. And you're like, "What?" Well, here's a thing, Gino, and this is weird. So there's so many people that have flying concerns and stuff that they'll drink 2 bourbons before they get on the plane, and they'll chase it with a Xanax. And so, have you ever seen like you hear a story about let's say Winona Ryder got in a fight in first class? Well, the deal is when you are at altitude, the plane is not pressurized in the same way as where you're departing from. So here in Columbia, we're about or West Columbia, our great airport. I don't want to be banned from there. Our great airport is about 280 feet above sea level. Well, I have a watch that has an altimeter on it, and frequently I wear that watch on trips, and I will take in progress pictures of how the aircraft is pressurized. And so I went to Maine just a little bit and flew from here to Washington, and then from Washington, Dulles to Portland, Maine. And so they don't pressurize the aircraft to what you're used to. So at one point, the flight, it was 6,800 feet, which is higher than Mile High Stadium. And people that drive to Denver and go to Mile High Stadium, they have complications from the partial pressure of oxygen and not being able to metabolize things. So it. All right, hold on just a moment, and we'll be right back with Gino. And we have room for you in the last segment. 803-799-8255, Groucho's Deli and Studio Hotline.
State Armory. We
offer the largest selection of guns and ammunition.
PSA.
Our knowledgeable and friendly staff are here to provide personalized assistance, ensuring you find exactly what you need. If you enjoy outdoor activities like hunting, camping, or hiking, our clothing and outdoor gear collection has got you covered. We also feature an exceptional indoor range facility where you can experience the thrill of shooting in a safe and controlled environment. Visit us today at PalmettoStateArmory.com or your local retail store. Palmetto State Armory, American made for life.
Hey, it's Jay with the Cigar Militia. When I stop by a cigar store, I always look for my go-to cigars and stock up a few of those, but I also look for something I've never tried before. Well, at the Cigar Militia, we specialize in a lot of small boutique cigar manufacturers. Come in and try a Don Kiki by Karen Berger or a Makaji by Ty Williams. We are the Cigar Militia at 1410 Colonial Life Boulevard. Help us out, stock up, and review some of our boutique brands.
This fall, discover a place where friendly faces greet you at the door. McCoy's Hardware of Lexington, Greg Lynette, and their welcoming team make every visit a breeze with expert advice and genuine hometown care. No more endless aisles or big box blues, just quality products and people who want to know your name. For every project, big or small, find what you need and a neighborly smile at 2028 Augusta Highway. Shop local. Shop happy. McCoy's Hardware of Lexington.
Step into summer with no unwanted guests in your home.
At Modern Exterminating Company, we're not just experts in pest control, we're your neighbors.
Glenn and Melanie Matthews here. Modern Exterminating has been part of this community since 1955, offering unmatched experience with the family touch.
Trust us to keep your home pest-free with care and dedication that only a local family-owned business can provide.
Experience the Modern Exterminating difference. Call us at 765-2315 or visit pestfreesc.com.
Let us keep your home truly yours.
My way. Looking in their eyes, I see a memory. I never realized how happy you made.
All right. Well, it looks like we lost Gino, but we'll hold the door open for him. He might walk through or not. But there's a huge host of stuff going on in our country, and it's not all bad. Young people are going to church. That's pretty darn good. I'm sorry it took the death of a great American martyr to do it. But young people, and there's stuff going on. It really sort of emotional level stuff. If you have grow up in a family and you're like, oh my goodness, the stuff my parents do to each other and yell and scream and fight and all this stuff, you can say, I don't want that. And this is why I want people to go to church, especially poor people. And it doesn't matter what, where you come from and what you look like and all that stuff. So if you're a traditionally disenfranchised minority person and you think in your own life that you don't have any opportunity, there's going to be a rich, successful guy or gal that looks just like you in your church. And you can say, hey, my mom says, or my dad says, you're a chemical engineer. How did that happen? And then this person can go into a thing and says, look, this table here at church and all the finishes, a chemical engineer did it all. All these epoxies and stuff that hold the world together, a chemical engineer did that. And you're like, wow, I didn't even know there was a person that did those things. All the paints and this and that and glues and adhesives and all this. The chemical engineer did that. And so that makes a difference. And hold on here, we're going to answer that one. But we're going to run right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you? Hey, what's going on there, Andy? Okay. Oh, and the coolness. We are on the cusp of my favorite part of the year. Yeah, that's the deal. That's what I want. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to make a guess, and that is that it's already appropriated money, and they just have to shift it around. Like let's say we have the world's largest training base, literally not me anymore, but maybe you in our backyard, and if oh, I was so close that I was outside with my dad. My dad lived with us for the last 13 years he was alive, and we were outside talking, and you could hear the cadence calls of the soldiers. And uh-huh. Okay, well that really is great. And I'm talking to my dad, and we're hearing the cadence calls, and then the we actually could hear the running. And my dad said we should probably record this and make sure we send it to all our enemies. And I'm like, yeah, because there's some stuff that I did not know until recently, like the United States has 11 super carriers. We have 20 aircraft carriers, but of those 20, 11 are super carriers. The United Kingdom has 0 super carriers and have 2 of those sloped up jump jet aircraft carriers, and France only has 1. And so I always thought those countries were sort of on par with us. Ancient civilization, all the diplomacy at the UN is done in both English and French, and all that. I just sort of thought that we were closer. No, there's nothing that's close. It's us only. It's we're part of the coalition of the willing too. See, yeah, you might be, but you don't bring anything to the table. You can't do anything without us. And and so you start thinking about these things, and like, wow, we're really providing a global security net, umbrella of defense. And that's why these people can afford socialized medicine. That's why, because the biggest thing that should be in your economy, United States is paying all the freight. Not that many. I think they have like 2 or 3, but I would have to. I I I I think that that is probably true, but I also think that drone ships might be the key. That these things that are big enough to get close enough to launch um, a, a, a phalanx of drones, it's a much better way to spend your money. Well, here's the thing to think about. What is the limiting factor of a high performance aircraft? It's a human that's inside to fly it. If you take the human out and all the life support stuff for the human, you can, you know, a machine you can whip back and forth maybe 3, 4, 5 times the speed of sound, because you don't have to worry about killing the person because there ain't no person in there. And then the scary thing, the thing that really bothers me is with AI and making things autonomous. If you're going to kill somebody in a foreign nation, I want an American right there overseeing it, looking at it, deciding to pull the trigger or not. I don't trust machines, and I don't trust the ethos that comes from people that know, oh, we'll just send a drone to do it. Yeah, but it's different. One of the things that Army people and different branches of service people will make complaints about the Air Force. So y'all live in a hotel. Y'all do all your fighting above 30,000 feet. You never have to even see what you have done. And you sure as heck never have to smell them. And somebody that's doing hand-to-hand stuff or 100-yard kill shots and stuff, you get to see it. And I think it probably makes you a better wielder of that power than somebody that's in a portable on a naval, not a naval base, but on a base in Nebraska. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Well, I think that's a good point. But let's say in a more traditional role, if there's somebody in leadership that can't do anything that you're required to do, you're probably not going to trust them. Or definitely not trust that person to lead. Right. So I think that's going to be an issue, and these hard charging, nail biting, invincible soldiers. Everybody wants to think that they're either that person or they know that person. So I have lots of fear about how things might work in the future. And again, I won't essentially, and I hate to say this, I sort of want to be more of a boots on the ground army, even though it exposes us to a bunch of miserable things, because I think if we make war making so sterile that it's button pushing, I think we'll be more likely to be invested in it and have more of it. Right. Well, that's right. Well, I have seen a video of one of these things that's like a dog, except it's like an automaton dog, except where its ears should be, it has handlebars, and it runs across the every surface. Andy, I gotta go. This is the end of the show. I'm glad I got to talk to you this week. All right, you too. All right, be back next week.
Lots of plumbing companies out there. Few are truly local. Time to discover the difference.
All right.
Franklin Plumbing and Drain.
Man, that goes by fast.
Plumbing woes at the Cohen home. Josh and his dedicated team, well, they were my go-to solution. They make a commitment to